How's it going, everybody? If you're like me, you have a Gibson or a Les Paul that has the inlays that have started to come up, and you're wondering if it's going to be difficult or not to actually fix it yourself. Now, the good news is that it's not too hard. However, I found that it is a little bit harder than what other videos say. Okay. So, again, it's nothing too involved. Usually, what the other videos tell you, with just gluing it down and such like that, will be a good start. However, I think there's just going to be more care and attention to detail than that. So, I've repaired two of these inlays now, and this is my second time doing so. The first time I did this one, and actually these two was the first time. This one is fine. However, this one started to pop up again. Okay. Now, I've tried two different methods, and I'll talk about each one. So the first one was using this thin super glue, okay, from StuMac. This works well. Again, I used it for this one and this one. Again, you can see this one popped up a little bit. But I'll tell you, the first time I used it, it was actually pretty difficult. Reason being is that glue dries incredibly fast. Okay, so the first time I took an X-Acto knife and I just cleaned around the edges a little bit so I can get the glue in there, applied the glue, and within a couple seconds it was already set. So the inlay was up a little bit, like a few millimeters, and I went to go clamp it down, and it was not going down. It would not push down, and it was that quick. It was within a few seconds. Now, if I were to do it over again, I think I probably would press down with maybe a screwdriver, having like some kind of barrier here, and then put the super glue in just to kind of make sure it kind of sinks in a little more, and then try to clamp it down more. Okay, because it is that quick. So it is very, very unforgiving. Okay. Now, the second time I've done it was with this wood glue, and that is much more forgiving. Again, it has a lot more give. I did it with this most recent one right here, and you just put it in there, kind of rub it in, and then just clamp it down for half a day or so, and then you come back and it's lower. Okay, so each time I've done it now, and this is kind of what I want to warn you about, is that the inlay will not be completely flush with the neck. That's just what I've seen. It kind of makes sense because, again, the wood is kind of drying out faster than the inlay is, right? So you're going to have just a little bit of a difference in height here, right? Now, what I think you're going to have to do, and because I've had to do it twice now, is you're actually going to have to level the fret after you do that, because I clamped this down, then I clamped this down, and I still had a little bit of lip here. Okay, so not a lot of, or I can't actually find any other videos that talk about this, but you're going to have to, again, if you want to do like a clean job, I suggest you kind of level this down, file it down, so you can see now, if I go like this, there's no catching at all, right? Maybe a little bit here, right? Which I would want to file down. Here, just a little bit still, okay? Now again, this is the one I fixed recently, and it still has a little bit of a lip, okay? Not much this way, maybe a little bit that way, see? I mean, you don't have to go crazy with it, make it completely flat, right? But while you have all the strings off, you might as well go through each one and check them, because they're not gonna be completely flush, like this one right here. You can tell it doesn't just glide over easily. It kind of catches right there. Okay. Now, what I use is some steel wool, right? The quadruple O. And this will take a while, but it'll work. But you just kind of polish it down, right? As much as you can. Okay. And just kind of go side to side like that. Don't go in circles. Don't go up and down. Just go side to side like that. And just keep doing it until it's flush, okay? Because again, I almost guarantee that you're gonna have a little bit of a lip still even after clamping it down. Now, will it move? No, but will you might still feel that when you play? Probably. So again, you wanna have that flush. Again, recommending that you tape up your pickups, because this stuff does get kind of like dusty. You can see like a lot of particles there, and that will end up on your pickups, and that's not fun to clean off. So again, yeah, either method works, but again, the crazy glue, incredibly fast. The premium wood glue, much slower. So again, if you just want a little bit more forgiveness, I recommend going with the wood glue. Again, depending on, how bad your inlay is. Maybe if it's just one little area, right? Like one little corner, maybe super glue will suffice. But if it's like an entire side or, two sides, maybe you want to go with the wood glue just because, again, you don't want the super glue to kind of seep into both sides and this stays up and this, stays a little more flush. So yeah, anyway, that's what I recommend. Again, doing that, leveling with this quadruple O fine steel wool. And yeah, it'll take some time. It might take, a couple hours to really get it flush. But it's a good way to not affect the wood of the neck and to, again, just get it leveled little by little. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Have you had this issue yourself? What other methods have you tried? Yeah, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.